Welcome to the Darkstream. I'm trying to get this, get my chat settings set up. There we go. Okay, we're good. And hopefully the chat is going properly. Got to get the chat going over here too. And there we are. So I think we got audio. I can see we've got video. I don't know if anyone is actually on the DLive chat or not, but we shall see. For some reason, if anybody's on, I'm not getting any chat through for some reason. Can anyone see? Okay. All right, we got some chat going on DLive, and we do on Unauthorized as well. That's good. So apologies in advance, because this is going to be one of those self-indulgent, I'm just messing around with some musical stuff, and you know, maybe it's of interest, maybe it's not. Yeah, the audio always comes in really rather quietly for some reason. I don't know why that is, but one of these days we'll sort it out. Anyhow, so I've been doing some playing around with the latest version of Suno. I've actually been experimenting a little bit with Udio as well. Haven't done actually anything at all useful with it, but you know, it's definitely coming along a little. So anyhow, let's fire up. So this is something that I think will amuse you. When I wrote A Throne of Bones, first of all, if you're not aware, A Sea of Skulls is my new book. It's out. It's the second in the Arts of Dark and Light epic fantasy series. If you're mourning what Warner Brothers and Amazon are doing to Tolkien, this is maybe something that you'll find comfort in. It's not Tolkien, nothing is, but it's probably the closest thing to it. It's out there now. So one of the things that somebody mentioned, one of the critics of A Throne of Bones, had said, you know, it's lacking a sense of the numinous, which I think that's just one of my personal limitations. But it was also, and correctly in the critic's eye, he felt like it was lacking music. Sorry, I'm running out of juice here. He felt that it was lacking music. You know, there's a lot of songs and stuff in Lord of the Rings, and he felt like there should be music, and he was right. So I did put a few songs in. It was kind of a case of be careful what you wish for, because we did end up you know, putting in some songs from the orcs, songs from the dwarves and stuff. And I just thought for fun, it'd be interesting to see what we could do with Suno. So this is the Kingsguard, the unofficial Kingsguard anthem, as described in A Sea of Skulls. Oops, wait, hang on, I gotta turn that. I always forget to turn the other. Uh-oh, I mentioned Tolkien. Yeah, this is definitely not Tolkien, Fencing Bear, but I think you'll laugh anyhow. This is from A Sea of Skulls. This is music from A Sea of Skulls, or if we ever were to do a complete album, I think we'd obviously have to call it Songs from Selenoth. Trying to get the... Oops, hang on. Gotta start it from the beginning. There we go. Okay, so this is the Kingsguard anthem.
You can bash an orc with a battle axe, beat a goblin to death with a stick. You can crush a troll with a boulder roll, kill a kobold with a biting pick. The king's got 8 light to tell the dwarfs we got balls like igneous rock. We don't got no fears, we don't need no spears, we need 'em with a big hard cock. You can shoot an elf with a crossbow, hang his pointy ears on the wall. You can throw a man from a mountain top, listen well for the end of his fall. The king's got 8 like the taller dwarfs, we got balls like sky-burning rock. We don't got no fears, we don't need no spears, we need 'em all with a big hard cock. You can stab an orc with a dagger, crush a goblin's skull with your fist, take a kobold's neck with a good firm grip, and give him a nice hearty twist. The king's got 8 like the taller dwarfs, we got balls of granite and rock. We don't got no fears, we don't need no spears, we beat 'em all, we beat 'em all, we beat 'em all with a big hard cock.
So, violence has never been so cheerful, said Venmus. Yeah, it's actually in the book for humor, in that it's a bit awkward, you see, to be singing that song in front of the opposite sex, obviously. So anyhow, if you haven't read A Sea of Skulls, or if you haven't gotten into Solana yet, that may or may not be encouragement. But anyhow, I thought that was fun, and it turned out rather more amusing than I expected. So next up, opera. Yeah, it's interesting. Actually, I'm going to play a couple other things here. Now, some of you remember the Drink with a Coconut song, right? And that turned out great. That that's going to be. I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to set up 2, possibly 3 separate band accounts up on Spotify once we get the Booster Patrol stuff out to the backers. And we're going to set one up for Booster Patrol, which will be covers. One up for one that'll be Booster Patrol Originals, which will probably still be called Booster Patrol, I think. I'm not totally certain. Just because with all the cover stuff, I don't know. We'll see. And then Vibe Patrol is something that I'm doing. And I'm doing some stuff with John. I'm doing some stuff with Paul. I'm doing some stuff with another Paul, a DJ, which I'm going to play here in a second. And then I might be doing some stuff with my friend who's a concert pianist, which could be kind of interesting. The ability to use AI to move the compositional process along much faster really makes things possible that just weren't possible before. It's really right in the wheelhouse for any competent lyricist. So anyhow, here I thought I'd play you. Let me see if I have this here. So let's fire up. Do I have this one? I'm not sure. I don't think it's. No, it's a different one. Okay, so this is a version of Vibe Patrol's Coconut. I think I have the. They don't make this very easy to find anything with here. Let's see. Maybe if I do it manually, one thing at a time. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, here we go. I got it. This is Vibe Patrol, A Drink with a Coconut. But this is the remix and mashup that and this isn't, we're not going to release this. This is not, it's just something thrown together quickly. But it's interesting because it shows how you can take something brand new and then very rapidly, the real musicians can very rapidly put a twist on it. So I'll play you just a little bit of the original one. No, I'm just going to play this one. So here we go. This is the Drink with a Coconut Sunship UKG mix and mashup.
Don't think that I'm asking a lot. I wanna go where the guys are hot. Anywhere on the bright blue sea. I just want someone to dance with me. No games, my job's not steady. Summer's near and I'm beach body ready. Hook me up, little on Corona. It's time to go down to Barcelona. I wanna drink with the coconut, sex on the beach. A little umbrella, water, feet on the beach. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, Bacardi and Coke. Pina colada and cannabis smoke. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, sex on the beach. A little umbrella, water, feet on the beach. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, Bacardi and Coke. Pina colada and cannabis smoke. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut.
This one dedicated to the D. This one getting the crowd up lively. This one dedicated to the D. This one getting the crowd up lively.
Dance with me.
Oh yeah.
Don't think that I'm asking a lot. I wanna go where the guys are hot. Anywhere on the bright blue sea. I just wanna get away from me.
Oh yeah.
Don't think that I'm asking a lot. I wanna go where the guys are hot. Anywhere on the bright blue sea. I just want someone to dance with me. I wanna drink with the coconut, sex on the beach. A little umbrella, margarita with peach. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, Bacardi and Coke. Pina colada and cannabis smoke. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, sex on the beach. A little umbrella, margarita with peach. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, Bacardi and Coke. Pina colada and cannabis smoke. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut.
Oh yeah. This one dedicated to the D. This one getting the crowd up lively.
Dance with me.
Oh yeah. This one dedicated to the D. This one getting the crowd up lively.
Dance with me. I just want someone to dance with me. Fly me out to the Grand Canary, or anywhere on the bright blue sea. I'm just searching for someplace sunny where I'll break out my moody honey. I wanna drink with the coconut, sex on the beach. A little umbrella, margarita with peach. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, Bacardi and Coke. Pina colada and cannabis smoke. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, sex on the beach. A little umbrella, margarita with peach. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut. I wanna drink with the coconut, Bacardi and Coke. Pina colada and cannabis smoke. I wanna drink with the coconut, yeah, with the coconut.
So that was a really drum and bass sort of garage rendition or mix up. You always know that a dance song works if it melds nicely with other stuff, other vibes, and it's Powers That Bear says nice, love the upbeat parts. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which parts you mean. I mean the whole song seemed pretty upbeat. Are some of you not familiar with the original that I did about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago? I suppose that's possible. I just sort of assumed that nobody that nobody would watch who wasn't interested in the past music streams. And so, and of course, when you're working with DJs and stuff, you never know like what they have no respect for anybody. You know, they just grab pieces from here and parts from there and just mash them all together and stuff. So I mean, it's what they do, you know, which of course makes it difficult sometimes if you want to release something. You're like, we can't release that. Well, why not? Because you've got a repeating loop from Drake in there. We don't have permission to use it. Oh yeah. But it's, you know, it's a different, you know, it's a tangential art form. It's not compositional. It's literally about mixing. So, anyhow, but it's fun. And, you know, that was just like when he heard Coconut, that was just his first reaction. It was to go garage and drum and bass with it, which frankly I did not expect at all. But of course, you know, I always tend to gravitate more towards techno or to metal and rock. So anyhow, Zelero Morales says, this is a great song. Honestly, I think Drink with a Coconut is one of the best things I've ever written, you know. But anyhow, but let's get on to some of the other stuff, some very different stuff. Now we're going to go very, 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 very dark. This came off, this is not done, just so you know. I did not, I was just experimenting, and what I ended up doing was, I just done the Kingsguard stuff. The Kingsguard thing I did, you know, months ago, but I added the two other verses and so forth. So here's the first couple attempts at a theme for Midnight's War, the comic, you know, the vampire comic. So I'm going to add, first I'll bring up the image just so we can, you know, kind of get in the mode. And the faster parts, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't think we're going to stick with that version much, if at all. I mean, obviously, Welcome to My Mind had 6 different remixes on it. So, you know, one of the great traditions of Psychosonic was doing an insane number of remixes for each song. So, you know, why not continue it with Vibe Patrol? Okay, comics, Midnight's War. So for those who are not familiar, Midnight's War is Arkhaven's vampire comic. It is written by myself and by the legend Chuck Dixon. There's the cover, one of the covers. One of the very early covers, I should say. And it's not the cover of the existing one, obviously. But so I wanted to do something here that had like a deep gothic vibe to it. I wanted to have a female voice so that if we decided to record it for Booster Patrol, that Rachel could do it. But I wanted to start with piano, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to get that working yet. I'm currently wrestling with the system. I mean, I could do it. You know, you just manually stitch them together with Audacity or whatever. But you know, I'm trying to work within the system, as it were. And so here was the first attempt. I think I've got, how many did I download? Okay, I actually have 4 different versions. We won't listen to all of them all the way through, but here was the first attempt, and this is Welcome to the Midnight World. That is not a piano skit,
Hidden in the archives, lost among the years, lurking in the corners of phantasm of fears. Here an altered gravestone, there a missing page, hiding in the shadows, awaiting the new age.
Yeah, that just wasn't what I was looking for. In addition to the structurally, it wasn't going in the right direction. The flatness, the flatness on the verses and so forth, um, and then the chorus started well, the first three lines, but then the last three lines, didn't really, um, didn't build the way that I wanted it to. And of course, the whole thing was completely off in that, like, there's no piano, there's no nothing. It was a little bit, what's the right word? Obvious. Um, Sometimes obvious and simple and straightforward is good. Not what I was looking for here. So, so that was one thing that I tossed out. So then I tweaked a few things, and this was better. So on that one, it had its moments. I liked the orchestral stuff. Like after the 4 bars of just pointless, repetitive buildup, then the next 4 bars that brought in the keyboards and the more sort of orchestral sound that went into the second verse were really good. Like I really liked that part. But then the chorus was exactly the same as the verse. It didn't build from that. You want the chorus to be the primary hook, and so you want it to build to the chorus, and you want the chorus to be a peak of sorts. And that just didn't work. So I did some more tweaking, and the problem is that the tweaking that you can do is very, very limited, and so it's very difficult to get repeat the parts that you like. That's what's kind of tough. Apollo Bear is a good point. Went from intro song to legit heavy metal Sabaton meets Dio Black Sabbath. Yeah, it was just a bit. It was just a bit too flat. Again, in my opinion, the speed metal parts. I kind of liked the way it was almost a little baby metal reminiscent in the beginning, but anyhow, but not what I was looking for again, and then like I said, the chorus was just boring. So You know, and the thing that's great is, you know, it's only going to get better. We're already getting more control over this than we had 3 months ago. So, but anyhow, this was the next attempt. Ooh,
In the archives, lost among the years, lurking in the corners, a phantasm of fears. Through an altered gravestone, there a missing page, hiding in the shadows, awaiting the new age. At last the black sun rising, unleash the rites of Cain, unholy sacrificing, the dead will rule again. So welcome to the shadows, enveloping the light. Feel the flag of death unfurl. Welcome to the darkness. Welcome to the night. Welcome to the midnight world. Into the high towers as only shadows can, and then repeat their powers to end the rule of man. So welcome to the shadows, enveloping the light. Feel the flag of death unfurl. Welcome to the darkness. Welcome to the night. Welcome to the midnight world. So welcome to the shadows, enveloping the light. Feel the flag of death unfurled. Welcome to the darkness. Welcome to the night. Welcome to the midnight. Welcome to the midnight world. Welcome to midnight. Welcome to midnight. Now you're in the midnight world.
So that was okay. You know, I like the chorus. I like the chorus. I like the orchestral vibes. I didn't like the verses. I didn't like the way the verses were delivered, and I wasn't overall that crazy about the way the voice sounded. So, so it was, you know, I mean, that's the kind of thing like you know, if we're doing a crowd fund for it, and I just needed to have something to do, yeah, that could suit. But you know, that's not the kind of thing I'm content with. That's like I said, this I'm not done with this song at all. There's a lot still that I need to sort out, but you know, I just thought it might be interesting to see the process at work and how you just keep prompting, tweaking, prompting. One thing that was kind of funny, I don't know if it was in that one, it might be in this next one, but I misspelled revealed and they actually sang reveeked, which was amusing. So this is the last one, and then we'll move on. But I think so far this next one is my favorite of the Midnight World attempts. So we'll fire this one up. I think this one is Powers of Bear says, I like the structure of that one. Towards the end when it slows down and comes back in, could have been a promo. Yeah, I mean it's that one's not bad. It's decent. It's just not as powerful as I want it. This one I think is the best, but it's a little bit all over the place. So see what you think.
Among the years, lurking in the corners, a phantasm of fears. Here an altered gravestone, there a missing page, hiding in the shadows, awaiting the new age. As the black sun rising, unleash the rites of Cain, unholy sacrificing, the dead will rule again. So welcome to the shadows, enveloping the light. Feel the flag of death unfurled. Welcome to the darkness, welcome to the night, welcome to the midnight world. The high towers, as only shadows can, and then reveal their powers to end the rule of man. So welcome to the shadows, enveloping the light. Feel the flag of death unfurled. Welcome to the darkness, welcome to the night, welcome to the midnight world. To the shadows, enveloping the light. Feel the flag of death unfurled. Welcome to the darkness, welcome to the night, welcome to midnight, welcome to the midnight world. Welcome to midnight, welcome to midnight. Now you're in the midnight world.
Sorry, I turned that off when I went to yell at the dog. The puppy could hear the headset and was barking at it, so that's why you're getting some barking there. Anyhow, that's the best one so far, but still needs work. Whether I'll work from that or just throw it out, I have no idea. But it's a start. So now here's something. This is an old Psychosonic song. I've played it before. It's called Cosmic Trigger. And I've even played a couple attempts to remake it, some of which were okay. But I've just continued to play with it and toy with it a bit, and finally found something that I really like. Cliff says the lyrics always fall apart at the end. I think the AI is programmed to. No, that's not the problem. The lyrics were fine. The basic lyrics were fine. It was just I was doing some. I was trying to do some stuff with some post choral repetition, and it didn't interpret that correctly. So I can always just cut that out and redo it, and until it gets it right. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. The lyrics are much better now on version 3.5. I mean, they used to get really weird on version 1.0, but so now let me see. Okay, we did King's Guard. We can take that off. We can take this off. So this Cosmic Trigger is interesting because Psychosonic recorded a version of it. The structure was weird. It used a Mighty Mouse sample. People really liked it. I mean, it was one of the songs that got us signed. In fact, I'm going to play the original here, and just so you can hear it. But what's interesting about it from my perspective is that, so I'd actually, some of the lines, it's inspired by Robert Anton Wilson. Powers that Be recognize that. But one of the things that's interesting about it is that it was partially inspired by my experience in Tokyo, where I happened to run into some Cinderellas, and so with the Tokyo Disneyland. So here's the original Cosmic Trigger. This was our demo tape. We never recorded it in the studio, but check it out. So the song really didn't go anywhere from there. We could have written more verses or something, but I actually think that Dan just really didn't want to do it because the girl whose voice is there was his girlfriend Giselle, who had just recorded all of the, sexy noises and the lyrics and stuff. She'd recorded them one night at an after party when we were just hanging out at Paul's studio. And so anyhow, I could never figure out why they didn't want to do that, because when we would play it at, you know, First Avenue, or we did play it at First Avenue, and it went over huge, you know. So, but the sound quality is obviously very poor, having been recorded on a 1992 home studio, and it's got a Slayer sample in it, a Mighty Mouse sample in it, just so I always wanted to redo it, but Paul just never really he never really worked for him. So anyhow, I've just toyed around with things, and I came up with something now. I know Rachel liked this one, so we'll see if we do something with it or not. But so this is, I'm assuming it'll be a Booster Patrol song at some point. So let me fire these up. Okay, first, no, I want, okay, we can, so this one is, I'm trying to figure out which one, this one it is, yeah.
Cosmic trigger, you've got to cosmic trigger. Take a look at this man's face. Tell me, do you see the sun? There's a lemon drop about to fall, and it's scaring everyone. Don't come inside, don't come inside, 'cause Cinderella's can't decide. Try the red spot on the forehead, vintage mind waste suicide. Cosmic trigger, you've got to cosmic trigger. Put your hands over your eyes. Tell me, can you hear the sun? There's a shadow on your umbra, and now it's hunting everyone. Don't say her name, don't say her name. You know the Eris is to blame. Search the cosmos for the chaos. Primal brainwave, ultra flame. On the cosmic trigger, you've got to on the cosmic trigger. Deepest space. Now there's nowhere left to run. Kundalini's moving to the base, burning like a midnight sun. Don't run away, don't run away. You can fly your freak flag high today. Cinderella's seeking vengeance, and she'll be back on Saturday. On the cosmic trigger, you've got to cosmic trigger. Bella's coming back, and I think she's got a gun. Her eyes are black, she's off the track, and she's killing everyone. Cosmic trigger, you've got to on the cosmic trigger. On the cosmic trigger, just on the cosmic trigger.
So that is the new version of Cosmic Trigger. Be interesting to see what Paul thinks of that one. It's actually quite different. It's got only one verse in common. The other two verses didn't exist and there was like a partial verse slash sex rap from Giselle that doesn't exist in this one. But anyhow, I like that one a lot, and I sent it to Rachel first, just say, hey, what do you think? And she was like, I love it. So anyhow, we'll see. But and then finally, we'll close out tonight with something a little bit more mellow, a little bit more positive. It's kind of a pretty story, bit of a love story. Got a bit of a Japanese flavor to it. This is actually based on one of the very, very first things that I did with Suno, and I really liked it, but it just didn't work. Yeah, I mean, the first part of it worked, but the way that the software worked, then it just, you couldn't build from it effectively. So, but unlike most of the stuff that I did early on, I saved this because I knew that the technology was going to get better, and it really has. So this is going to be a Vibe Patrol song. It's called Lost, and in fact the DJ, he already has it, and it was I think he's starting to mess around with it, and I think you'll see why after you get a chance to hear it.
Sunset glow paints the sky. In an abandoned shrine she sighs. Lonely woman lost in time. The heartache echoes through the night. Whispers of forgotten dreams echo in the moonlit breeze. Searching for love in the haze, she walks these hallowed abandoned days. In the twilight she finds her peace. Broken heart she seeks release. In the shadows she weaves a song. Lonely woman forever strong. Please
Yeah, that one needs a couple more chords just to close it. But, you know, easily added at some point. Anyhow, that's actually one of my favorites. It's just, it reminds me a little bit of like something that Avicii might have done, to be honest. But you know, it's very pretty. Obviously, it's inspired by the tale of Genji. If the Shining Prince reference was lost on you by any chance. But you know, it's just, I appreciate you indulging me in this. You know, I just really enjoy. I like to write. You know, it's a hobby, and you know, I've obviously written a lot of lyrics over the years, post Psychosonic, and so you know, I had a lot of stuff around, and it's also interesting because you know, I learned a lot about writing lyrics over the years, so that you know, I've improved a lot with regards to flow, being less didactic about the meaning, you know, all that sort of thing. You know, you learn not to worry about it. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, because it's going to have obviously a major impact. I mean, already I was out the other night and a musician pointed out to me, "Hey, this is a Suno song." You know, and I didn't even notice until I listened to it. And you could hear a couple of vocal giveaways. But you know, people are already using it to, you know, put stuff out at parties and the nightclubs and that sort of thing. And you know, to a certain extent, it's a bit democratizing in a way, but it's also very, very advantageous to the good musicians, especially the musicians who are talented at playing their instruments, but they're not necessarily composers. So you know, I think that we're probably going to see some incredible stuff out of guys like E-Rock, who can play anything, but don't necessarily know what they might want to write. You know, we'll see. But in the meantime, nothing wrong with having a little fun with it, and I appreciate that you guys like some of it, and hopefully we'll be getting some of it out on Spotify, you know, towards the end of the year. So on that note, I wish you all a good evening. I'm Vox Day, and this is the Darkstream.